So today I'm going to try this new shrinking disc. Now I've already got a video up on YouTube and the link is in the description below this video, and it's when I used this one. Now this was from the UK, but I couldn't get a flat one from the UK. And I ordered that thinking it was flat, and it wasn't. It was this shape, and I've used it on here and this does work. But I've always thought that the flat one would be better to go all over. So this morning I'm going to test this. First thing I'm going to do is do a test piece of metal like I did in the other video. I'm Steve and welcome to my channel. Right, so this is what it is before I start. A big lump there. Same that way. There was a guy doing this kind of thing and he says he don't use water to cool it down. Because a lot of people, or most people, will say when you cool it down that's when it shrinks. But he didn't. And it seemed to work. Now I've also had a comment on my last video saying the same thing, that he doesn't cool it down. So this time I'm going to try it and not cool it down and see if it still works. Right, I'll wait until that is cold. So that's cold to the touch now, and it has improved it this way. It's still bad that way, but I think it's improved it a little bit. And let's look at the disc. Oh, the disc looks good. No pickups. Let's put some more of this on there just in case. But they say when you do get pickups, you can just rub this down with some fine emery cloth. Right, so now I'm going to give it another go. See what happens. Oh, that's gone the other way. That's gone the other way. It really does work. I'll let that cool down again. So it's cold now and it has gone the other way. There's a low spot there. It's not oil canning. There's a little bit of a high spot here. This is really good. That is very, very good. A little bit of a low spot there. The thing is that on a door or other panels to the car, you can't get to the back, so you have to be very careful. But the thing is, if I go too much with this on the door and it does go down, then you can just hammer it on dolly and that brings it up again. So this is the way forward, I think. Well, we've heard the saying best thing since sliced bread, and that can be applied to these discs, I think, because that is absolutely brilliant. That is flat. That is absolutely flat, and there's no oil canning whatsoever. And you know, it's probably 0.1 of a mil under there or something like that. Shit. So it also proves the fact that you don't have to cool it. Now I'm wondering if when people are using these in a commercial business, they haven't got time to wait for it to cool down. So they use the water to cool down, and that's why people start to think it's the cooling down that does the shrinking. But I've just proved it's not that. I haven't used any water on this, and I've got rid of that lump there, and it got rid of the oil canning. So it's a funny phenomenon, because if I used a flame on there and heated it the same as a disc heats it, it doesn't work. So it's something to do with the friction from the disc to the surface. So it's almost like you're putting surface tension into the metal or something like that, and that's what moves the metal. But I don't know, that's just a theory. You know, I don't know exactly how it works, but it does work. So I've sprayed some of this layout marking blue on here, and that's what I used. It's nearly empty now. I've had it for some years, and it's just for marking out metal so you can see the scribe lines, but it's ideal for this. So now I'm just going to gently rub this over, and it will show up all the high spots. I have started from this end, and I started to work my way along. And this is much worse. I could feel really bad. There's a big ridge high spot here. But I will carry on from this side and work my way along. I started using the water to cool it down because it was taking far too long to wait for it to cool down. That's the only reason I'm using the water. It may help, I don't know. I've spent many hours on here. I haven't recorded it because it gets boring. It may not look better, but it definitely feels better. And the technique that I've come up with now is that if there's a high spot, so I'm getting high spots about this big at the moment, I go over with this disc, and it does lower, definitely lowers it. And if an area is too low, I'm using this, hitting directly onto the dolly, and it doesn't take much to actually raise a large area. Now the problem is that I've run out of the marking blue, that's on order, and I've ordered a dent puller from China, the cheapest I can find, to actually try to remove these quite deep dents along the bottom of the door, and I can't get to it properly with this to try to raise it, and I just can't get rid of these. So I've decided to get this dent puller and then pull it up rather than trying to raise it from underneath. So later on this month I will be taking more clips and finish this video. 2 weeks have passed, and the die cam has come and the dent puller has come. Now I didn't buy another spray because they're quite expensive and they don't last too long. So I thought, oh, I'll buy the old-fashioned thing. And I've been putting it on with this brush, and I've got a whole jar full of it. Just poured it into there. You know, it looks horrible, but it doesn't matter because it still works for what I want it for. And this is layout fluid, or they call marking blue in engineering. So if you want to scribe lines on metal, it shows up. So if you lay out a job, and you can mark where to drill it and mill it and all sorts of things. So I've got that, and this came from China. Now I've got another video on YouTube where I review this, and it wasn't very successful spot welding, but I probably will have another go at spot welding. So have a look for that in my past videos. So now I'm just going to rub this blue down and see what I've got. There's still lots of high spots here where the marking blue has been rubbed off, but running my hand over there, it's I think it's okay, and most people will just put filler over here and won't worry about that. But I'm going to carry on and see how good I can get this. Now, when I made the dent pulling video, I have pulled some of these dents out. They still need a bit more. This here was very successful. That was low, and I used a dent puller there, and that has pulled it out. I can't feel that dent anymore. So I may raise these low spots and then go over with the shrinking disc and lower it down until I'm happy with the amount of crown I have on here. So yesterday, when I'd finished, I put this blue on, and then I thought, oh, I'll just spray this because this does feel very good. And it's come up really nice. And what I used was this matte black paint that I bought for something else I was doing on the car. Now, you know, I'm very, very pleased with that. All you can see is the holes where I used the dent puller. So I'm going to rub this down, because this is like another guide coat, but I'm going to carry on doing this section, and then I'll do the third section, and if it all comes out like that, I'll need very, very little filler. So that's what I'm aiming for all the way along. It's almost as good as it was before I started. So now I've got to the last section of this door, I've got into a routine. So I blew it and then rub it down, and that shows up a low spot. You might not be able to see that there. So what I'm doing, I don't know if anyone's done this before. So when I see light under there, it's not much, I would draw a line the whole length of the light. And I just keep going down until there's no more light. So that defines the low spot. And it is quite accurate actually. Right, there's none there, that's the end of it. So that is the patch. So now I can try to raise that patch. So my new colour scheme is black over green. Now this is not the first green that's been on this car. If you look at some of my other videos, and inside the boot lid is still green, because the guy that I bought it from didn't like black and he had it resprayed green. So that's a whole nother story. But no, this is not gonna stay on here. This was the first aerosol can I put my hands on, and it is gloss, and I just wanted to see what it looks like. And in general, yeah, you can see a few lumps and bumps, and you can see where I've been hitting it with the slapper, but in general it's very good. So today I'm going to finish this once and for all, and I'm going to rub it down, and there will be some deeper dents here which I'm going to concentrate on today, and that will be the end of this this long running saga, very long running saga actually. So I'm not going to do any more to this door now. I've got it back to almost what it was before I started, and I started off with a dent here, and then I used a blowtorch. Once I used that blowtorch, it went all over the place, and I ended up with loads of lumps and bumps on there. Now I was looking back at my old videos just now, and that was nearly 3 years ago. I will put a link in this video to that one, so have a look at the description and the link will be in there. There's other bodywork videos as well in my past videos, so have a look at those as well. So yeah, in conclusion, I've learnt so much in the last 6 months really, and people have helped me out, and you know, I bought this and I bought this, and I discovered this shrinking disc. Now everyone that's helped me, thank you very much, you know who you are. Now when I bought that, and the other one, here's the other one here, that was the first one I bought, which is okay for getting inside actually. This is the best one. That is a game changer, because I couldn't lower them, but as soon as I got that, I could lower stuff and shrink it, and it gets rid of any oil canning whatsoever. It's that is really useful. So now I'm going to go around the other doors and get it so that the crown is the same as this one, because the one on the door on the other side has got a lump, and this one's got a bit of a lump. So now with what I've learnt, I can apply what I've learnt on this door to the other doors. So that's it. So now it's ready for paint. So I won't be painting anything yet. So I'll wait until I get all the panels ready. But so basically that brings me to the end of this video. So thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.